everyone, it's Sarah and Jen here. We are taking your most frequently asked questions and answering them candidly from our years of experience and making a ton of money for our business and businesses of our clients. So Jen, first question today. We're talking about the foundation of every successful business. And of course, it's your offer.
Yep.
Okay, so someone asked us, what makes a great offer? And why is the right offer important to a business's success?
Well, the first thing is the offer is the thing that people will buy from you. So if you actually want to make money, it has to meet that demand. And so I think two things really matter in an offer. There's a lot of components, but the two top things is, number one, it needs to be something that they're either desiring more than they could ever desire, or it's creating so much pain and angst in their life that they are anxious and wanting to fix it. The second thing is that a great offer does not push features and benefits. It instead speaks to the result that the person or people can experience as a result of investing in it. And so people buy results, they don't buy your offer, and they don't buy your features and benefits. So those two things are really important.
I think too, sometimes I hear people say, oh, I created this offer because I really like this idea, or I thought it would be fun to do, or I really want to teach it. I love how you're saying that it has to also meet a need. It's not just about having a great idea and then putting some shape around it for it to be a successful offer.
I wish that was true, because then we would all be millionaires.
So there's a lot of types of offers out there, right? You see things for like courses or high ticket offers, maybe like retreats or live events. How do you know how to choose the right type of offer? And is it just the one? Like if I did just a course, would I be super successful, or do I have to have a couple? How does that all work?
Well, it depends. So obviously we're going to be talking about a service-based business, some type of, you're an expert or a specialist in some type of way. So this is specifically for you. If you have other offers like products, etc., it will be a different answer. But for now, let's focus on that type of offer. So it's very cachet and has become popularized that you should do a course or do like a membership first if you're just starting out. And my recommendation is not to go that route. And here's why. Because your first goal for an offer to actually be sold is to figure out who your audience is. And so you have to start testing your messaging first, like that helps people lead them to whatever you want to sell. So that's kind of the context before I answer the real question, which is typical of me, because I think it's important that you should hear the why before I answer the what or the how. And so in terms of a course or a membership, definitely I don't think a membership is the first pass. You know, if someone wants to argue with me on that, that's cool. But I can tell you that most people who do memberships very well have built a significant audience. It doesn't mean it has to be hundreds of thousands of people, but, you know, they've started to build following that people trust and like them and want what they have. So if you're going to do a course, my recommendation is to do it live and with a few people, right? So basically you want to beta test your course, the results that you can see. And then the first big currency you want to get paid in is testimonials and case studies. That way you can adjust the offer, tweak it, shape it a little bit better so that then you can sell it to more scale, if you will. Or another great way to make great money, back to high ticket versus consulting, coaching, advising, any type of one-on-one or small group work is actually a better play for you if you're starting out or you're newer to business. Again, it's because you're feeling out your audience, you're understanding what they really want, you're hearing from them, you're not just wondering or thinking what they have. So that's really important.
So Jen, you mentioned getting audience and your clients' feedback into your offers when you first start doing an offer. I think that's such a unique way of teaching it. And I think it's so true, right? Like getting feedback when you're in the offer, when you're the first time doing it, a beta, as we call it, and hearing from them what they need, what they're looking for. I was just on a call with our clients, in fact, and we were talking, and I was saying, you know, a lot of times when people talk about creating an offer, they say, oh, just design everything, pre-record everything, make a sheet of your table of contents and just go through and create the content, and then you market and sell it. And I was reflecting to them that some of our biggest tools and systems and hacks and swipe copy templates that they love, that they've used and the group always talks about, wasn't a part of the table of contents when you and I first started the program. And it was from being able to hear from them, see what they need, that we developed things like the launch calculator and the launch guide and all of these things that are now pivotal parts of what business owners use. And so I just love that. I think that's just such a phenomenal way to customize it and just make sure that, like we said at the top, that it is an offer that your audience really wants.
I want to just say something because that's perfect to what I've been thinking about as you've been asking these questions, and that is you can't think your way to a great offer.
Oh, that part right there.
You cannot think your way. You cannot even learn from a course what a great offer is. You can understand the educational, the definition piece of it, which we're somewhat covering here too. But you have to do the offer with real people, and you have to be willing to be wrong.
Yes.
You have to be wrong. You have to be willing to be wrong about the suppositions you made about what they wanted.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But that's the thing is you have to be brave enough to go, hey, I'd like you to try this beta on. And I'm not promising the world yet, but I am promising a few micro transformations for the people that you're inviting into your beta. And then you'll refine it. And to your point, on the other side of it, you will develop even more valuable tools to your audience that they're going to want and you can use as the lead in your marketing and sales instead of, but you just won't know until you do. You can't think your way to
100%. 100%. Okay. So we talk often on our campus about a hybrid offer, right? And someone emailed and asked this question. They said, you talk about a hybrid offer often. What is that and what does it look like?
So a hybrid offer, especially nowadays and at the time of this particular teaching and training video, is where you pair, let's say, standard curriculum or a course with real person advice. So especially for experts, because people learn best when they are learning from some type of framework, some type of structured curriculum, and then also getting the nuance, the discernment, and the customization that comes with live advice from a coach, consultant, or advisor. I want you to imagine, for any of you who went to school of any type, when you think about it, you had a book, you had a textbook, which is, in today's terms, your online course, right? But you had your teacher, and your teacher was helping to translate the text into application. And so a lot of what's really important is that you will become more valuable when you can customize your teaching with the curriculum or the structure that you build from them and it'll actually start to see results faster. So that's what a hybrid offer is.
And you know how, like, when you're the expert, you're so good at something, it's so natural to you that you think, oh, if I put this all in the course, they'll get it just like I do, right? And we discount our expertise sometimes, I think, like the value of what that is to be able to bring that to your clients. And
or we assume that they'll just get it, to your point, and then we're frustrated because we're like, how come they're not getting it? How come they're not getting the breakthrough, the transformation that I thought they would get out of all the knowledge that I put my heart and soul and brain on? And it's because that's not actually scientifically possible. That's what I want you to get. Like, humans don't learn like that. But the course model makes it seem like it's an A to a B type of thing. And it's actually A to B, A.1 to A.3. Like, there's all these nuances and everybody's a different learner. And so when you can pair the two together, it actually supports all types of learners.
So if you are a coach or a consultant and thinking about this hybrid model, so for example, on our campus, we have a program called CEO Circle, where there is curriculum and lots of templates, SOPs, things like that about how to run your business, how to run your marketing so that it drives revenue, so on and so forth. So we have this curriculum, but we also have me as the main consultant and Jen once a quarter, and we come in and we do the consulting because the curriculum can only teach you so much about your business. We really have to listen to the questions that our clients have, their areas of expertise, the industries that they're in, the size of their team, what they really want, what their values are, what their goals are for this business, how big they want it to scale, and so on and so forth. You can see all those nuances that I just talked about can't be solved in a one-size-fits-all curriculum. It would just, that library would be so vast and it would take you like 800 days, and who has time to watch that when you're running a business, right? And so in our program, what we do is we combine consulting and coaching around telling them where to use the curriculum so that they can get fast, quick, transformative results in their business. And all of the curriculum is based off of the best practices that Jen and I have used in our own businesses to grow to where we are today. So if you're a coach or you're a consultant, you're an expert, maybe you're a service provider, that's a great example of what a hybrid offer might look like for you. Taking parts of your framework and your IP that is specific to your audience to help them understand things, but pairing it with your expert eye because you are the one that they need to hear from in order to experience the type of transformation and results that your clients are looking for. So our final question for today's episode, they asked, I'm just getting started out. There's so much technology out there. How do I keep it simple? Where do I begin?
I gotta, let me share a personal story or a professional story that I think speaks to the fact that you don't have to get fancy to get rich. Okay.
Yes.
So in the beginning, when we were testing out our program, we had a program that we no longer offer called Momentum Pro. And I wanted to beta test this program. And of course, I was tempted and lured by all the different things I could do. I could use Kajabi. I could use all the different learning platforms. I could whatever. And I realized that was getting in my way of getting what I needed, which was not just learning what my audience needed, but also for them to get a transformation.
Yes.
So straight up in the beginning, I used a Google Doc and Zoom to run this program that I charged $20K for.
Yep.
In the second round. In the first round, I let people come in for free so I could find out what they really wanted. But guess what? When I found out what they really wanted, I still used Zoom and Slack and Google Docs for the next round. And I was charging $20K, you guys, after I tested it out and gotten the results. And so I didn't even move to a more fancy platform until 3 cohorts into that hybrid program. And so I just want to encourage all of you back to what should I use? First of all, just choose something. I think is my first thing.
And not a fancy CRM.
And not a fancy CRM.
No, don't do that.
Buy or invest in something that doesn't eat all your cash flow and allows you to still service the client. And literally, Google Docs is free. Zoom is very affordable, obviously, especially now. And Slack, actually, which we use for communication. You could also use a Facebook group. That's free as well.
Mighty Networks.
Mighty Networks, free. Okay, those things, even Slack, it's free up to X amount of users. So if you don't have a lot of users in the beginning, it's a great platform. That's what I use. And we transitioned out of Slack when we had too many users. When we started going gangbusters, we decided, okay, it's a good platform, but it was cost prohibitive and we wanted to be smart about our cash flow. So we went and moved to Mighty Networks. Actually, before that, we went to Facebook groups. So we've tried a few things, but we've always thought about how can we keep this simple? Because also you want to be where the people are.
Yes, yeah.
Because if you start using fancier things, they're going to go, I don't understand how to use the system. And it's going to actually gunk up the brand experience. So that's my take on it.
That's really good. Keep it simple. So in the name of simplicity, my favorite platform is actually Thinkific. We use it for all of our courses, as well as we use it to put our replays for group calls and things that we have. But I chose it, well, first of all, I love the platform. But second, the user interface is really easy. And I think that that's key. Whatever you choose in your technology, make sure that it's something that's easy for you to use because you don't want to waste a lot of time doing hundreds of hours of tutorials and tech fixes and trainings and all those things. Keep it simple to what seems like it's going to work for you that you understand. And then just make sure that you train your clients, your audience, your customers to really understand how to use that with you when they're inside of your program. So to wrap up, the most important thing for your business to be successful, the one thing that really matters is that you have an offer, not just any offer, but an offer that your audience resonates with, that you have tested, that you have tried, that you have true results for, and that you're consistently marketing that offer and using the technology just as a tool to help you get what you do out there into the world. I'm so glad you joined us, and I can't wait to see you next time.